We now have brush trucks in every station, where we used to just have them in just a few stations. So going off what Chief says, that helps us get people out quicker, because they used to have to go to another station to get the truck, because that's where it was housed, and then respond out. We're finding out that the little trucks are a little bit more versatile up in the sand hills. The big trucks, they have their places in open fields, and we still have some of that territory that's still in our area. We just don't focus on where that fire was. We still have 108 square miles that we're covering, and that covered 27 square miles. So we got to have a proper mix of our units. So we're in the process of just changing that around. On these red flag days, we're just automatically sending everything. We kind of drug our feet a little bit in the past, and we'd wait there and see what we really got. And now if we see big columns of smoke or whatever, we start calling for mutual aid. These fires get so big, and they don't stay within a box like a structure fire. They have a tendency to grow so quickly. There's not possibly a way that we could have enough equipment to fight these by ourselves. So we rely a lot on our mutual aid partners that surround us. I don't know the fuel types and the stuff. It's not just a Kansas problem. It's Texas is experiencing it, Oklahoma's experiencing it, and I think it's making its way to Kansas. And I truly believe it's here to stay. And we're going to have to continue to learn from these and be better prepared. And so now it's when we have these fires, like I said, if we see the smoke column, we're getting units out there right away. If we got 10 inches of rain tomorrow, it's not going to change our conditions. In fact, it'll make it worse for us, because now we won't be able to go out in the fields. They'll be muddy, but the fuel that's out there is already dry, and we're in a light, flashy fuel, and we call it 1 hour fuels. With the Kansas wind, it's going to dry it out very quickly. Our problem's not going to go away until spring green up comes here. So, yeah, the 10 inches of rain is going to help us on the backside, but just because it rains is not going to instantly take us out of the threat. My recommendation is everybody remember last year, and we're in the exact same conditions. If anybody's drove up into the area where the fire was, the fuel's all back.
But one key thing this year that the Kansas State Forestry did change was their terminology a little bit. With the catastrophic term that they threw on there before, it used to be extreme was the highest level of threat. And now I believe when it's the conditions, the index is over 80, I think it is. They go to a term called catastrophic. That's a very powerful, in my opinion, that's a very powerful word.
Yeah.
When you hear catastrophic conditions, we were basically told again, and just reminded us of the fact that in the last 10 years, the fuel load and the fuel type has really changed in Reno County here and in this area. And what I've been told here, being a new guy to town here too, is that a lot of this land in the past was knee-high cattle grazing land and stuff like that. And now a lot of these are being sold off into 5-10 acre home sites and stuff like that, where homes are just being developed in all these little areas. And so the Kansas winds, just, you can't get ahead of these things fast enough. And that was a testament to, the great job they did last year, and, no loss of life and minimal property damage for the most part. If these guys would not have stopped it probably there. I've heard from numerous people that fire was going all the way to Burton. It was a team effort that these guys did last year, and a testament to working together for the common goal. I'm sure you've seen a lot of pictures from last year of different the fires. This was a picture we just talked about last night that one of the firefighters sent me. And when you look at this, when you have that type of wall of fire coming at you, them trees are 50, 60 feet high, and them flames are 50, 60 feet over the trees. Like Chief said here, with 50-mile-an-hour winds behind them, that's reality. And that is a heck of a wall of fire that's barreling down. The most comparable fuel load that they told us also was that it was comparable to Southern California now. And if you look at a map of the state of Kansas, on the Kansas State Forestry site, there's a purple dot that basically covers the north and eastern part of Hutch. And basically it's one of the worst area for true urban interface wildland firefights in the state of Kansas. There's been bigger fires in Kansas, acreage-wise, but most of these are 40, 50,000 acre ranches and more that are just open. There's maybe one house in them type areas, where here this is what the term true interface wildland firefighting is truly right here in our area. And that just with the population and with all the homes built in these dense areas is a whole different type of challenge.